I'm Bob.
I'm Barb. Together we make up
HetteshWorld.
So today it's Can-Am Ride Day, and we're checking off one of the things on Bob's bucket list. Where are we today, Bob, in case you can't tell from the background?
The tail of the dragon.
So we're going to be riding the Can-Am on it. It's
11 miles, 318 curves.
That's it. So stay tuned. We're going to take you on this ride with us.
We are going to conquer.
We're Bob and Barb. We've lived by the rules all of our lives, but in 2020, we threw that rule book out the window. We sold our home and moved full-time into an RV with our cat Amelia, and from now on, we will be living life our way. Don't you want to come travel in our world?
So here we are at Deals Gap, which is the start, or the area right before the Trail of the Dragon starts.
This is the tree of shame, so it's got all the bike parts of all the wrecked bikes. People wreck their bikes and they recover them. They throw the parts up in this tree, and they call it the tree of shame.
We won't be on the Tree of Shame.
No, we will not be riding that hard.
You can stay here at the hotel, which is kind of neat, where you're doing a Quest snack bar before we start. They've got an overlook up there. Down here, they've got a store where you can get t-shirts and other fun stuff, memorabilia. They've got a restaurant. I say we get started. What say you, Bob?
Let's get this ball rolling.
So across the street, they have the Killboy Trail of the Dragon, which is also, they say, the original t-shirt shack and store. All right, let's get this started. Let's get this started.
So we're going to talk a little bit about this ride here today. The video itself is going to be a pure ride video because we thought it's important for you to see just how fun and crazy this road is. And I will tell you that I was a little bit nervous riding this because I know you all think I'm some kind of crazy daredevil, but sometimes I get a little scared, especially when I feel like we might slide off the road or something. But it was great on the Can-Am, and I'm going to let Bob kind of explain the whole mechanics of how it works.
Starting out the ride, we followed a dual sport when we left Deals Gap. We stayed up with him pretty well for a while, and then he finally pulled off, and then we got behind some Harleys that were kind of cruising slow, and I think a couple of them dropped off, and then we followed some other bikes.
We said, get out of our way.
We drove this before in cars probably 3 or 4 times.
In minivans.
Yeah, minivans with the kids. We've never rode it on a motorcycle, so it was kind of a bucket list item for me. A little bit about Can-Am. It's not a bike that you can ride really fast because it's got an anti-systems that kick in, and several times on some of these turns, you've got, some loops, you got some switchbacks, you got some off-camber turns, and a couple of them are turned back into yourself. The bike kind of kicked in and would put brakes on. A couple times Barb would push me almost out of the seat because it was hitting so hard. So you can ride it curves pretty fast on the Can-Am, and as long as you're smooth with it and don't accelerate real hard into them, we enjoyed it a bunch.
The one time that it did really kick in, I thought we were going off the road because we did actually skid a little bit. The back tires slid. Even though the anti-system kicked in, it threw me into Bob. And I was learning to do some of my trick shooting here. You only see some of it because I was afraid I was actually going to lose the camera because you're on the right, you're on the left, you're on the right, you're on the left. And I was trying to have the camera in the right hand to capture it for you, but I finally just said, you know what? I'm good with the front camera. I just want to hold on.
The ones that don't know anything about the Tail of the Dragon, Route 129 in North Carolina. 129 is a beautiful route. You follow some streams, some lakes. It's beautiful in times of the year when you have leaves on the trees, and it's also beautiful in the fall when we've rode it before in cars. It's an awesome ride on Can-Am Spyder.
And when you're riding this road, it's not just about you making sure you're having the best time ever and being safe. It's about all the other crazy people that are normally, but weren't today on the road. A lot of times you have one of those bikes that lean way down to the ground, and
you'll have the guys on the sport bikes that really ride it hard, and there's clubs where I forget their times they run that 11 miles in, but it's crazy amount of. We've been passed by them before in cars, and we just get out of their way because you can hear them coming. We've been on it before when there's been Corvette clubs, there's been Viper clubs. You'll see in the video where Barb will slow it down, you'll see some T-Rexes, which are 3-wheel cars that'll be coming at us.
There was a big old work truck riding it today.
Yeah, they banned 18-wheelers on it several years ago. These turns are so sharp that they have to come across the lanes, and they've actually really hit some bikes head on. And of course, every year there's always some bikes that get a little bit exuberant and they go off the edges and go over the side. If you're on two-wheeler, you definitely have to know what you're doing for sure. On the Can-Am, pretty simple ride. You can ride as hard as you want and enjoy it. I mean, the Harley guys, they seem to just want to cruise on it in the Gold Wings, but
we're like, get out of our way.
no, Barb was glad to be behind a few of them because they slowed us down and she was freaking out when she was riding on the back.
I said, oh no, Bob, are they going to make us go slow?
Yeah, so we rode it up and back twice. We enjoyed it both ways.
Our disclaimer is that this is a road in the United States. It is not meant for speeding. It does have a speed limit. Be safe when you're riding this road. Don't speed. Keep hands and arms inside your car, bike, or vehicle. Enjoy the ride, but drive safely. That's our disclaimer for today.
Still photos. Those are photos that we purchased from, I believe it was 129photos.com, but there are several photographers that are set up in curves to take pictures of cars and motorcycles coming around the curves. That's a couple of pictures from us is leaning in the curves and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Those are for purchase. You can get them on their website.
So we hope that you enjoyed this ride. We actually have another ride that we never heard of until after we did this one, and it's called
the Rattler.
So it's not too far from where we were staying, and also in North Carolina. So our next video is going to be all about that.
There's lots of ride in this area, Tennessee and North Carolina. There's a lot of beautiful rides on motorcycles. The Rattler is not quite as intense as the Tail of the Drag. It's more of a ride you can enjoy on a cruising bike.
So we hope that you enjoyed this video. It is a little different because we did want to show you the full ride.
Yep.
So we recommend that you take it. Please like it. Please smash up that notification bell. Please subscribe.
Give us your comments. Tell us your favorite rides in the United States because we're traveling all the time. We have found a ton of them, but let us know where your favorite rides are in our comments.
Yeah, because I'm not as scared as I used to be anymore, so I need some more rides, guys. I need you to tell me where to ride. So you all need to remember that we're HetteshWorld.
Come travel in our world.
Bye!